What if the car you thought would save you money ends up costing you more in the long run? Hybrid cars may seem like the future, but behind that smooth ride and quiet engine, there's a lot more they don't tell you. Hello everyone and welcome to the channel, Road Kings and Rust, where horsepower meets knowledge. Today we're exposing the shocking truth about hybrid reliability. Some models last longer than expected, while others become total nightmares after just a few years. Miss this, and you might regret your next trip to the dealership. And stick around because one of these hybrids is a hidden issue that could cost you thousands of dollars down the line. But first things first, let's talk about the good stuff. Hybrid cars are a total game changer when it comes to saving on gas. You get the best of both worlds with a mix of a gas engine and an electric motor, which means fewer trips to the gas station. And let's be honest, who doesn't love that? You're saving money over time, and for those of us who hate the gas station hustle, it's definitely a win. But it's not just about fuel savings. Hybrids are surprisingly quiet too. Thanks to their electric motors, they don't make that loud engine noise you hear in traditional cars. Some hybrids are so quiet, in fact, that the government had to step in and create laws to ensure they made some noise at low speeds. The goal is to ensure pedestrians and cyclists can hear them coming, since they're nearly silent when running purely on electric power. Another perk is the lower maintenance costs. Since hybrids rely on both an electric motor and a gasoline engine, the strain on the engine is less. That means fewer oil changes, less need for coolant checks, and a generally lower maintenance bill. Yes, hybrids may cost a little more up front, but the long-term savings in repairs and maintenance can really add up. Fewer visits to the mechanic are always a plus. And speaking of the hybrid battery, that's another win. If you haven't driven your car in a while, the battery can hold a charge long enough to power things like the radio, air conditioning, or lights without needing the engine to run. If you leave your car parked for a few days or even weeks, you won't have to worry about it being dead when you return. It's a nice peace of mind, especially for people who don't drive daily. So while there's a lot to love about hybrid cars, the real key is that they're not just about saving gas. They're built for long-term convenience, with quieter rides, less maintenance, and a battery that holds its own, even when you're not driving. Now that we've covered the benefits, let's take a look at the flip side. As with anything in life, hybrid cars come with their own set of challenges. So, let's have a close look. First up, the price. Hybrid cars are generally more expensive up front compared to their gasoline-powered counterparts. You might save on gas over time, but you'll definitely be paying more when you drive off the lot. While fuel savings might make up for the initial cost, it's something to keep in mind if you're on a tight budget. Next, let's talk maintenance. While hybrids do tend to require less day-to-day maintenance, the reality is that when something does go wrong, it can get pricey. One of the most common issues is the hybrid battery. Over time, these batteries can lose their efficiency and eventually need to be replaced. And here's the kicker, it's not cheap. A new hybrid battery can cost you a few $1,000s, which might surprise many people who are used to lower repair costs for regular vehicles. So if you're not prepared for that, it could be a pretty expensive surprise down the road. Another thing to consider is emissions. While hybrids are definitely cleaner than regular gas-powered vehicles, they're not 100% emissions-free. They still rely on gasoline to power the car when the battery runs out, meaning some emissions are still involved. So if you're looking for a completely green ride, a fully electric car might be a better fit. And then there's the range. While hybrids let you switch to gas when the electric battery runs low, their electric-only range is often pretty limited. If you're planning on long road trips and thinking you'll just rely on the electric power for the journey, think again. You'll likely find yourself reaching for the gas pedal sooner than expected. This could be a deal breaker for people who want the convenience of long-range driving without worrying about stopping for fuel. So hybrids are a great option for many, but they come with their own set of challenges. Higher upfront costs, potential expensive maintenance, and limited electric-only range are all things to remember when deciding whether to make the switch. If you find this info about hybrid cars helpful so far, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more honest insights on the latest rides. Don't forget to share this video with anyone thinking about going hybrid. And if you're curious about which cars actually live up to the hype, stick around till the end. We've got more eye-popping info coming your way. We've all seen the commercials and heard the hype. Hybrids are supposed to be the perfect middle ground, better for the environment, easier on your wallet, and more reliable than ever. But how do they really perform when the rubber hits the road? Is the promise of hybrid technology living up to the expectations, or is it just clever marketing? Let's get into the real-world experience of hybrid vehicles, the good, the bad, and everything in between. So let's kick things off with what hybrid cars are really known for: fuel efficiency. One of the biggest selling points of any hybrid is fuel efficiency, and in this department, most hybrids truly shine. Many models consistently outperform their EPA ratings in real-world driving. Depending on driving habits and road conditions, it's not uncommon to see mileage anywhere from 40 to 55 miles per gallon, sometimes even more. For people who do a lot of commuting or city driving, the savings can be massive over time. And let's not forget the dual power system. In most hybrids, the electric motor handles low-speed driving, like city traffic or stop-and-go conditions, which burns less fuel. Then when you hit the highway or need more power, the gas engine kicks in. This switch happens so seamlessly in newer models that you barely notice it. It's a smart setup that stretches your gas tank much further than traditional engines ever could. But here's where it gets interesting. The efficiency depends on how you drive. If you're someone who's constantly flooring it or mainly doing highway miles, the benefits might not be as dramatic. Hybrids love gentle, consistent driving. If you're heavy on the gas or live in a hilly area where the engine is always working hard, you might not hit those top-tier MPG numbers. Moving on to another crucial factor, performance. Many people assume hybrids are slow or boring to drive. And maybe that was true a decade ago, but not anymore. Today's hybrid systems are much more refined, with better acceleration and smoother transitions between electric and gas power. Many hybrids can go from 0 to 60 in under 8 seconds, which is quick enough for merging onto highways or getting through traffic. Some even offer sport modes that tighten up throttle response and make the car feel more responsive. But let's keep it real. Hybrid cars might seem like the perfect solution, but there's more to the story than just saving on gas. While they offer some great perks, there are also a few hidden truths that could catch you off guard. Knowing the whole picture could help you make a more intelligent decision in the long run. What do you think? Are hybrid cars the future or just another trend? Drop your thoughts in the comments down below. And if this video helps you get a cleaner picture of hybrid cars, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell. More honest reviews and insights are coming your way, and you won't want to miss them. Now let's talk about ride comfort. Comfort is where hybrids start to vary widely. Some deliver a quiet, cushioned ride that rivals luxury sedans, while others can feel stiff and noisy, especially on rough roads. One thing to remember is that hybrids tend to be heavier than their gas-only counterparts because of the added battery weight. This can affect how they handle bumps, corners, and uneven pavement. Suspension systems in many hybrids are tuned more for efficiency than comfort, so you may feel more road imperfections than you'd like. Also, because the cabin is designed to house batteries and keep weight down, materials might feel cheaper or less padded than you'd expect. On shorter trips, this might not matter, but during long drives, it can become noticeable, especially if you care about things like seat comfort, cabin noise, and ride smoothness. And don't get too carried away with the performance side of things. Most hybrids are built with efficiency in mind, not performance. You're not getting the thrill of a turbocharged engine or the handling of a performance car. If you're after a fun, dynamic driving experience, a hybrid might feel a bit underwhelming, but for daily commutes, errand runs, and road trips, the performance is more than adequate, and in some cases, pleasantly surprising. So let's switch gears and focus on another aspect many people often overlook: cabin space and passenger comfort. Here's something people don't always think about when shopping for a hybrid: interior space. Because of how hybrid systems are designed, especially in older or smaller models, passenger or cargo space is often sacrificed. Batteries have to go somewhere, and more often than not, that means taking up room under the seats or in the trunk. Rear legroom can feel tight, particularly if the front seats are all the way back. Taller passengers may feel cramped, and installing a rear-facing car seat might be a struggle. As for the middle seat, let's just say that trying to fit 3 adults in the back row is wishful thinking in many hybrid models. Now let's get into the practical side of things. Storage space. The cabin width tends to be narrow too. That means limited elbow room and smaller door panels. If you're used to stretching out or carpooling regularly, it can feel a bit claustrophobic. The trunk is another area where hybrids fall short, because the battery system takes up valuable real estate. Trunk space is often reduced, sometimes significantly. With the seats up, you might find that you're only able to fit a couple of grocery bags, a gym duffel, or a small stroller. You'll likely need to fold the back seats down for weekend trips or hauling gear. Even then, the available space might not match what you'd get in a similarly sized non-hybrid SUV or sedan. And it's not just the trunk. Cabin storage is also affected. Many hybrids have smaller center consoles, shallow glove compartments, and minimal cubby space. Door pockets are narrow, and under-dash storage might barely fit a smartphone. It all adds up to a setup that feels like it's missing the little conveniences you'd expect for day-to-day life. Now let's take a look at another vital consideration: reliability and maintenance. On the plus side, hybrids have proven to be incredibly reliable over the years. The technology is no longer new. Manufacturers have had over 2 decades to refine hybrid systems. Most hybrid batteries are built to last well over 100,000 miles, and many come with extended warranties that cover the battery for up to 8 to 10 years. Maintenance is usually low, too. Since hybrids often use regenerative braking, the brake pads last longer, the gas engine doesn't run constantly and experiences less wear. You'll still need oil changes, tire rotations, and standard upkeep, but overall hybrids tend to age well with proper care. However, here's something important to keep in mind. When something does go wrong, repairs can be expensive, especially if they involve the battery or electric components. It's not common, but it's worth budgeting for. Alright, we've talked about the real-world experience of hybrids, but what about the long haul? Let's get into long-term ownership and reliability over time. Saving on gas is nice, but nobody wants to spend thousands of dollars on repairs a few years down the road. Hybrid cars have been on the market for over 20 years now, which means we've got some real-world data to work with. When we look at brands like Toyota and Honda, especially models like the Prius or the Accord Hybrid, they've proven to be some of the most dependable cars on the road. Many of them clock in well over 200,000 miles, with just basic maintenance. That's solid. But here's the twist. Not all hybrids are created equal. Some brands rushed into the hybrid space just to jump on the trend, and the result was, well, not great. Certain hybrid models have shown major issues with battery life, software glitches, or expensive transmission problems after just 5 to 6 years. So choosing the right brand and model is everything when you're going hybrid. Just because it's got a hybrid badge doesn't mean it'll last. And let's not forget resale value. Hybrids used to be hit or miss when it came to resale, but now that gas prices are unpredictable and more people are eco-conscious, reliable hybrids are holding their value surprisingly well, especially the ones with strong reputations. So if you plan to sell in a few years, you're likely to get a decent return. Still, hybrid batteries are the elephant in the room. Most are designed to last 100,000 to 150,000 miles, and many go even longer. But when they do fail, replacement isn't cheap. We're talking anywhere from $2,000 to $4,000, depending on the make and model. Some automakers offer 8 to 10-year warranties on hybrid components, which greatly helps, but it's something to keep in mind if you plan to own the car long term. So, are hybrids worth the investment? If you're looking to save money on gas, reduce your environmental footprint, and get a reliable daily driver, then yes, hybrids are absolutely worth considering. They've come a long way in terms of performance, comfort, and durability. They're not perfect. You might have to sacrifice some interior space, cabin comfort, or storage practicality. And depending on your driving style, the fuel savings might not be as dramatic as advertised. Hybrids are not one size fits all. They're a smart solution for many people, but not everyone. But hey, if you're on a budget and thinking long-term, a hybrid vehicle might be a smart way to save money over time. As always, make sure to do your research and consider what fits best with your lifestyle and needs. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and explore our other content. Catch you in the next one.